finally at the end of the year 2023, but I still got a couple of beat packs I need to put together. Okay, I'm dialed in. Okay, for this last one, I don't want to do anything too crazy, so maybe like an Afrobeat or something. I'm gonna switch it to like 105 BPM. And I think most of the time with Afrobeats, I start with melody first, but then by the time I get to the drums, I'm snoozing. So I'm following Metro's advice. I'm starting with the drums first. To start off, I'm gonna lay down the most complex kick pattern you've ever seen. I somehow messed that up. Okay. Sensational, innovative. To be honest, this sounds terrible, so I'm gonna layer some stuff with this. Now, when it comes to Afrobeat or Afro swing, anything like that, I am not afraid to layer like 50 different sounds on top of each other to make something sound good. Bro, this sounds so stupid. I mean, I'm gonna use it anyway, but... Okay, I think I'm getting somewhere. Problem is when I make the drums first, I have literally no idea what I'm gonna do for the melody for this. I feel like if I want to program a melody for this, it's gonna take way too long. Okay, I don't really like the way these two toms sound together, but I think I can just fix it in the mix, so it's not too bad. And I think I have some sort of drum bounce, but I want a couple shakers or something continuous to keep it all together, so... Sounds good. Okay, I don't want to add too much more to this because now it's getting a bit busy, but it definitely needs some percussion loops and stuff like that, so I'm going to go looking for those now. This one sounds kind of off time, but it should still be usable. Alright, so I think I've finished with percussion for now. I'm going to move on to looking for a melody. And I think with these kind of beats, guitar is pretty common. I do not feel like penciling in a guitar melody right now. I don't know why. Like, it's the end of the year, okay? All I really want to do is sleep and play Cyberpunk. Oof. That one is pretty good though. I may need to use that one later on. This might be the one, to be honest. Only problem is I feel like it's gonna get really repetitive, but I might throw in like an interlude or something and change the melody up halfway through. I don't want to think too hard with the main melody, okay? So I might just leave it like that. I do want to be able to say that I've added something though, so I might look for some vocal chops or something like that. This one sounds pretty good. Alright, so maybe I should do drums first more often because this is actually going pretty well. I actually did not plan this, but it sounds exactly like a track with Toliver. It's like an Afrobeat track. I can't remember the name of the artist, so I'll put it on screen here, but I may even go for a bass line similar to that actually if I can find the track. So I think I'm just going to open up Trillion and see if I can find something similar. To To be honest, I'm not sold on this idea. Like, the bassline sounds pretty empty, so I'm actually going to take some advice from a comment that I read recently. Someone was giving me advice on how to make a piano and recommended this VST, specifically the log drum in this VST. I mean, it sounds pretty familiar, and I've actually never used this before, so I might as well give it a go now. This beat is definitely too slow to be a piano, but I think I'm just going to throw it in there, because why not? I'm thinking about adding a roll in the bass line here somewhere, something like this. I don't know, I'm just experimenting. And I mentioned earlier adding an interlude so that this melody doesn't get too repetitive. So I'm going to look for another primary melody I can use, and then I'll throw like a respace or something over it. A lot of guitar loops in this one. I don't really know how I feel about that. I think with that, I've got all the content I need to mix and arrange the beat, so I'm going to do that real quick and then we can hear the final beat. Alright, finally finished mixing and arranging the beat, and it looks like there's a lot more moving parts, but most of them are just layers, so it's not that bad. I did add the interlude that I was referring to earlier with the different guitar samples, and I changed up the bass line for this part as well. And to make the beat sound less repetitive, I added a couple of shaker effects. I even added the acapella from the track that I was referring to earlier. So I think now I want to hear what the final track sounds like. Okay, with the acapella, it sounds almost exactly like the reference track, like to the point where it sounds like a remix or something. I would say I'm still not completely sold with the bass line. I think when I have more time, I'll probably make my own bass in Serum, because I'm not too sold on the Trillion sample that I use. And I also think the change between the two guitar samples is way too jarring. But other than that, I think it sounds pretty good. And if I've counted correctly, this should be the final video of the year. So real quick, I thought I'd say a big thank you to anyone who supported the channel over the past year. Anyone leaving like kind comments and messages, stuff like that. And suggestions when I try out different genres or videos, stuff like that is always helpful. And I'll be bringing all of that with me into next year to hopefully make some better videos and some better music. But once again, thank you for watching. Hopefully if you're looking for some inspiration, this video helped you in some way. So I'm going to play the final beat again and we can see what I can do better for next time.